6:30. All right, I'm going live. Oh man, I love Fridays. Welcome everybody. How are you doing? How's everyone out there? The people that follow my show that are here with me right now, how are you feeling? I hope you're doing wonderful. I hope you have a nice weekend planned. I hope you're hanging out with someone that you love, or more importantly, loves you. And maybe an old friend, like someone like the Fernk here. Hello, sir.
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm doing really good. It's really good to see you.
Man. It's good to be back here with you.
It's so good to see you. So, for those who don't know, this is an old friend of mine. Technically you're not old, but we've known each other for a long time. We actually went to high school together. Yeah. We've been friends for almost 20 years. It's about 20 years actually.
Sure. Yeah.
So we've known each other a long time, and it's cool to have him. He actually joined me on the show 2 months, October.
It's
been a while.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome back to the show.
Thanks. Good to be here.
I'm loving the Fernk hat.
Oh, hey, what's right there? Actually,
I don't know if you know. I'm.
It's good.
Also, he gave me a beanie.
Yeah.
And it's dope. Look at this. He's making his own beanies now. It's actually quite thin and comfortable. It's very soft. I like it.
It's not a warmth beanie. It's a chill beanie.
Yeah, it's good. It's chill, right? Yeah. I like it.
Looks good.
All right, so we've got a really good show tonight. We have the Times Magazine. I mean, this is on fire. Where the internet is aflames right now with what the Times Magazine wrote. Now, I'll be honest. I wasn't really in the news today. I woke up and we were just, we were chatting, had some coffee, went out shooting guns, and just kind of had a good, fun day. And I took a break from the internet. And then I come sit down. I'm like, man, I should really figure out something what we're going to talk about. And then, and while we were shooting, Tim came out and we were shooting with Tim. He's like, did you hear about the Times article? And I heard a little bit of it, but I didn't think it was real. Like, I thought it was fake.
Right.
Honestly, I thought it was fake. And I was like, there's no way. And Tim's like, yo, it's real. And I'm like, no way. If Tim's telling me that it's real, then all right, something's going on. And I look and Tim's getting fact checked for straight up talking about what they're talking about. All right, so we're definitely going to get in. I have the article. We're going to straight up read it together because I would like to know about it. I just want to say, George Bonnie just says, nice stash, brother.
Oh, cheers. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm only borrowing it for the week. It's Friday. I got to give it back. So we thought we'd.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's stick on.
Stick on.
Kind of like the ties that you could clip on.
It came off of your beard.
The beard disappeared, and I actually molded it into a nice mustache for him to use.
That's why I'm
just
here.
For the show.
Yeah, I brought it back for you guys.
Yeah. It's actually property of Adamcast IRL.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to leave it here when you leave the studio.
I will. Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. All right. So, and then we're gonna get into what else we're getting into today. Section 230. So this. We've heard reform Section 230, repeal Section 230. Well, it's interesting. This person's actually trying to advocate for Section 230, but I don't know if it's for the better. All right. So we'll get into this bill that this person's trying to put forward. All right. Then we're going to talk about the Olympics a little bit. I guess Canada has warned its competitors, hey, look, before we go to China in 2022, I guess they're doing the Summer Olympics in 2022. Okay. They're saying, try not to make fun of China or anything before you go. And it's like, dang, this is straight prepping. Look, they'll probably arrest you if you're anti-China. I feel like I'm nervous to go to China. I don't think I could go to China anymore because I've been pretty open and public about my position about them trying to take over the world.
And I don't know that I would want to. I mean, how often are you hearing something? I feel like it's happened our entire lifetime, at least.
Yeah.
That people are being taken. This is being
still
happened. Correct. I mean, look at the the Uyghur Muslims that are being rounded up. I mean, that's
Right.
It's erroneous that that's
Well, they live there, so it's like their own citizens. But there was an Australian reporter that was reporting on some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Thrown into without them even knowing where she was. She just was gotten out of the way, and they're holding her down. I don't know if she's still being held down, but pretty crazy. So we're gonna get into that, and then of course it is jam night. So I'm gonna play a few songs, and Fernk is here.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? I don't know. Whatever. We'll get into some shenanigans just talking about some stuff. So yeah, we are going to get into it. Shall we? You know what? Before we do, just want to remind everybody, if you want a sticker from my sticker bin, all you got to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope to my P.O. Box, P.O. Box 68, Brunswick, Maryland, 21716. If you want to send me other things, that's totally cool too. Someone sent me this dope bell for me to ding whenever something is ding worthy.
Very nice.
You know what I mean?
Very nice. Yeah.
It's really nice. It's classy. For those who don't know,
you guys need
look
to
at this.
see it. Yeah, I had
to bring
seen
it up
before.
It's so classy.
It's because I've seen
do you
these
want to?
bells. Ooh.
Isn't that good?
All right. Yeah. See,
doesn't that feel good?
It's got
good
as good as it looks.
Because look, there's a hammer, and it like you feel it. It's like yeah.
And the fact that you get to see it, I think, is cool too.
Yeah, you actually see the hammer hit the bell. It's quite glorious. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. You can send me a self-addressed stamp envelope. I'll sign a sticker and send it off to you. I have thousands of stickers. I've figured out the perfect thing to do with them, and that's give them away. So if you want a sticker, send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll send them your way. All right, then I want to say, please join my locals. I've been enjoying locals. And more, the more I use it, the more I enjoy it. And I'm going to be doing stuff. I actually have a little video of me shooting my gun in the backyard. And I'm gonna post it on my locals for supporters only, just to let you know. So that's going up live. I was trying to do it beforehand, but I'm going to load it up as soon as the episode ends so you can actually see a little shooting. And then I also wanted to say, look at this. We're at 73%. We are so close. Thank you, everybody. Over 90 people have given money to help Eliza become a podcaster. Thank you all. If you're out there and you supported her and this campaign that I'm doing, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Very cool. I want to get her set up to become a podcaster. So
it's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about it. It's actually happening. All right. So here is the Time magazine. This is it. All right. Check this out. It's straight up. They're straight up blatant about this. Look at the name of it. The Secret History of the Shadow Campaign That Saved the 2020 Election. I mean, that's the title.
How is this the world we live in?
Yeah. What? This is the title. The Secret History of the Shadow Campaign. What shadow campaign? You mean I was right all these months? There was?
Why is that the longest title in the world as well? Are we not focusing on the fact that the title alone is a TLDR? Mm-hmm. Like, it's very much like that could be at the end.
Well, I mean, this article itself, I can't sit here and read this whole thing for you guys. Just to give you a little insight, like, it is rather long. Like,
it's girthy.
It's okay.
It's girthy.
We'll go with that. It's a girthy article. Okay. All right. So, but man, it goes deep. It's got all this different information about what they had to do to make sure that the election was fortified. And that's the term that they went with. Fortified. They had to fortify the election. All right. So, as I said, I haven't read this. All right. I've seen clips and things of pieces of it that I thought weren't true. Right. I thought it was too far-fetched for the Time magazine. Time magazine isn't, I want to use the word right-wing, because those tend to be the production, the people that were talking about the fraud or the manipulation of the shadow banning of different information to control the narrative. And then it was like Time magazine comes out and drops this freaking bombshell, which is admitting to them literally doing that.
But it's going along with all of this role that is just being pushed over and over again of like, we are the champions. That's the real issue. That's the real problem. Let's focus on that. And it's What's happening? The mustache brought in a. There we go. Now we're good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, man.
I just noticed the UFO wasn't spinning enough for me.
It was
for my
a rant.
taste.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wasn't trying to cut you off, but
No.
you're absolutely right, though.
I feel you.
Yeah. So let's get into this.
Let's.
I'm just going to as I said, this is fresh for me. I haven't read this yet. I've only seen tidbits of it. So let's go for it. We're going to do this together. A weird thing happened right after November 3rd election. Nothing. What a great start. The nation was braced for chaos. Liberal groups had vowed to take to the streets, planning hundreds of protests across the country. White right-wing militias were girded for battle. In a poll before Election Day, 75% of Americans voiced concern about violence. Instead, an eerie quiet descended. As President Trump refused to concede, the response was not mass action, but crickets. When media organizations called the race for Joe Biden on November 7th, jubilation broke out instead as people thronged cities across the U.S. to celebrate the democratic process that resulted in Trump's ouster, which none of the coronavirus people complained about, mind you. I thought that was kind of funny.
Is this how history is written now?
Yeah.
Like, is this how you push forward what you want people to remember? You just make sure that everyone is reporting on your angle so that later when it's all crumbled, the only thing that's left is your agenda that you pushed out there?
Yes.
Because this is the most erroneous
Yes. Yeah, that's
thing.
literally what is going on. Entire news media. And in fact, I'm pretty sure they talk about this. Let's continue through it. A second odd thing happened amid Trump's attempts to reverse the result. Corporate America turned on him. Hundreds of major business leaders, many of whom had backed Trump's candidacy and supported his policies, called on him to concede. To the president, something felt amiss. It was all very, very strange, Trump said on December 2nd. Within days after the election, we witnessed an orchestrated effort to anoint the winner, even while many key states were still being counted. And in a way, Trump was right. Wow, Time magazine. There was a conspiracy unfolding behind the scenes, one that both curtailed the protests and coordinated the resistance from CEOs. Both surprises were the result of an informal alliance between left-wing activists and business titans. The pact was formalized in a terse, little-noticed joint statement of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and AFL-CIO published on Election Day. Both sides would come to see it as a sort of implicit bargain inspired by the summer's massive, sometimes destructive, racial justice protests, in which the forces of labor came together with the forces of capital to keep the peace and oppose Trump's assault on democracy. This is what I've been saying. They were justified in cheating because they truly believed he was evil. I've been saying this for months now, that they feel like it's they're justified, like it's virtuous to do all this to fortify the election. That's why they're saying it as a fortification. I haven't gotten there yet, but this is what is going viral, the little clip of it, and we're almost there. You want to add?
No.
Okay. All right, let's get back into it. The handshake between business and labor was just one component of a vast cross-partisan campaign to protect the election, an extraordinary shadow effort dedicated not to winning the vote, but to ensuring it would be free and fair, credible, and uncorrupted. Well, that seems a little backwards, doesn't it? For more than a year, a loosely organized coalition of operatives scrambled to shore up America's institutions as they came under simultaneous attack from a remorseless pandemic and an autocratically inclined president. Though much of this activity took place on the left, it was separate from the Biden campaign and crossed ideological lines, with crucial contributions by nonpartisan and conservative actors. The scenario the shadow campaigners were desperate to stop was not a Trump victory. It was an election so calamitous that no result could be discerned at all, a failure of the central act of democratic self-governments that had been a hallmark of America since its founding. Wait a minute, hold on.
So then why are they okay saying it was Biden?
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. But all I can think of is like, I remember the Supreme Court, it came out that they were not wanting to rule on anything because for fear of things getting worse, for fear of civil war, for fear of like people getting up in a tizzy, instead of like actually looking at the evidence and ruling on the evidence, which, mind you, still none of Trump's lawsuits got to the point of presenting the evidence that they had. So they got to judges. That's all I could think. All the way up to the Supreme Court. At least the Pennsylvania Supreme Court that denied it. I think in Arizona and Texas also there was some stuff that was going on, but my goodness. Here we go again. Their work touched every aspect of the election. They got states to change voting systems and laws and helped secure hundreds of millions in public and private funding. They fended off voter suppression lawsuits, recruited armies of poll workers, and got millions of people to vote by mail for the first time. They successfully pressured social media companies to take a harder line against disinformation and used data-driven strategies to fight viral smears. They executed national public awareness campaigns that helped Americans understand how the vote count would unfold over days or weeks, preventing Trump's conspiracy theories and false claims of victory from getting more traction. Even after Election Day, they monitored every pressure point to ensure that Trump could not overturn the result. The untold story of the election is the thousands of people of both parties who accomplished the triumph of American democracy at its foundation, says Norm Eisen, a prominent lawyer and former Obama administration official who recruited Republicans and Democrats to the board of the Voter Protection Program. Goodness sakes. For Trump and his allies were running their own campaign to spoil the election, the president spent months insisting that mail ballots were a Democratic plot and election would be rigged. His henchmen at there's the Time magazine I know. His henchmen at the state level sought to block their use, while his lawyers brought dozens of spurious suits to make it more difficult to vote. An intensification of the GOP's legacy of suppressive tactics. Laying it on thick, Time magazine, my goodness. I have to stop for a second because this is such BS. Because I watched them kick out the GOP, poll watchers that were supposed to be there to make sure that it was fair. I watched the videos of the Democratic people running the ballots over and over and over again in late night GOP. Gateway Pundit. Actually, I'm going to jump over to this real quick. I have it right here. They have the late night video showing the late night deliveries of thousands of ballots illegally popping in 8 hours after the deadline. The deadline was supposed to be and was proven in court that it was supposed to be 8 p.m. election night, period. If they weren't there by election night, 8 p.m., they didn't count. And they brought in all of these ballots.
Everyone gets a trophy.
They've got the... Goodness sakes, everyone gets a trophy.
Everyone's got to have a voice, right? Well, what are we going to do? Everyone's got... What about all these ones? What about that family that just filled out 10,000 ballots? What is supposed to happen with all their ballots?
So their vote is worth 10,000.
10,000.
10,000 to 1. Or the ballots that I was just referencing, the one where they were doing it over and over and over again. It's like that looks bad when they're trying to. This Time article is trying to keep Trump the bad guy.
Oh,
I mean, I haven't read this. This is new, but that's the idea I'm getting. They're like, look, this happened, but Trump was bad. And we have to tell you how much we were justified because he was Orange Man bad. So we're the good guys. We are the good guys. Goodness sakes.
So they have to push that out as long as they can. Orange Man bad. Because they're realizing, you know what? We have very little time left to still talk about this guy.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do? We propped this guy up and said that Sleepy Joe is going to be able to do whatever. And every single thing that they knocked on Obama for, or everything that they knocked on Trump for, they are sitting over here doing tenfold themselves.
Yep. Yes, they are.
And aside from that,
but we're justified because he's so bad.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. So you have that running, and then you also have running that Time is sitting here saying, well, look at this saved election. Look at this saved. Nothing was saved. Yeah. It was garbage. It was a crap show, the entire thing. Mm-hmm. It needs to be addressed. It's not going to be addressed because they're sitting here saying everything was fine. They got what they wanted to get. Well, what happens next time when it doesn't work out in your favor?
That is the question. Is there even going to be a next time? If they're admitting to this kind of manipulation, which we haven't even gotten to the bad part yet. We haven't even gotten to the juiciness that everyone's freaking out about. My goodness. All right, I've got to keep going. I got to keep going here. Before the election, Trump plotted to block a legitimate vote count. No, he was trying to make sure there was election integrity. And then even after the election, which is something I've been fighting for, I just wanted transparency. I wanted proof. Look, if you have proof, and it's proven that Biden won legitimately, why can't they prove it? And everyone's like, well, they went to court, and the courts threw it out. So, where's your, the left, man, their arguments it's always a bunch of hot air. And they don't care. They just, you say anything. They just throw more of this hot air at you. And it's just like, oh, God, no, I want like facts. I want logic. I want proof. Like the things that I'm seeing, you haven't disproven this stuff yet. And now they're putting it on Trump. Trump plotted to block a legitimate vote count before the election. Yeah, because it was illegitimate. Like I saw them recounting. Those videos are... it exists. I've seen them with my own eyes. It's not just like he said, she said. Like, I've seen the videos.
They exist enough to the point that when you showed me this, you said, hey, look at this. Mm-hmm. Right before we went on, you said, hey, look at this. And you showed me this video because I was talking about, what are we going to be talking about? Yep. And I thought it was a different thing. That's how much it's happened.
Yep.
It's happened enough times that I've seen a van down a hallway filled with coolers or Portillos or whatever you're saying's in there.
Yep.
That's actually ballots.
Yep. And that's, of course, you're talking about, look at this. It's just your stash.
There you go. Let's just get it in. That's all people want. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Give them the goods.
Give the people what they want.
That's good. Oh, my goodness. This is ridiculous, man. This Time magazine article. I can't believe it.
I can't believe this is real. And people are reading this on the side that it's fighting for and are excited about it. They're excited that that's what happened. Look at that. Time said something. They made a thing on Kennedy a couple of weeks ago. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness. This is nuts. Let's see. And he spent the months following November 3rd trying to steal the election he'd lost with lawsuits and conspiracy theories, pressure on state and local officials, and finally summoning his army of supporters to January 6th rally that ended in deadly violence in the Capitol. There it is. They always got to bring that back. Always. 100% of the time, they have to whip that in. And then we're getting closer. I think we're almost there. The democracy campaigners watched with alarm. Every week, we felt like we were in a struggle to try to pull off this election without the country going through a real dangerous moment of unraveling, says former GOP Representative Zach Wamp, a Trump supporter who helped coordinate a bipartisan election protection council. We can look back and say this thing went pretty well. There's that narrative that they're drilling in there, but it was not at all clear in September and October that was going to be the case. This is the inside story of the conspiracy that saved the 2020 election. What a start of a paragraph. So it's not a conspiracy theory. There's no theory written there. This is the inside story of the conspiracy to save the 2020 election. Based on access to the group's inner workings, never-before-seen documents, and interviews with dozens of those involved from across the political spectrum, it is the story of an unprecedented, creative, and determined campaign whose success only reveals how close the nation came to disaster.
Why does that sentence sound like it
Wow.
was just written by someone who writes the promotional material for Netflix shows?
Because it probably was.
That's exactly what that sounded like. This summer, one man. That was awful.
will fight against
I'm
everyone else.
Evil orange man.
He will fight off evil orange man who's trying to steal your life.
I'm saying.
Goodness sakes. Oh my goodness. Every attempt to interfere with the proper outcome of the election was defeated, says Ian Besson, co-founder of Protect Democracy, a nonpartisan rule of law advocacy group. But it's massively important for the country to understand that it didn't happen accidentally. The system didn't work magically. Democracy is not self-executing. Oh goodness. Goody. Please tell me all about it. That's why the participants want the secret history of the 2020 election told. Even though it sounds like a paranoid fever dream, a well-funded cabal of powerful people ranging across industries and ideologies working together behind the scenes to influence perceptions, change rules and laws, steer media coverage, and control the flow of information. They were not rigging the election, they were fortifying it. And they believed the public needs to understand the system's fragility in order to ensure the democracy of American endures. Oh. I can't believe I just read that sentence. Now that is the paragraph that's going wild. So wild, I need to read it again. I'm going to read that again. Because for those who just missed it, if you missed what I just said, oh my goodness, I have to read it again because I don't even believe that's what I just read. That's why the participants want the secret history of the 2020 election told, even though it seems and sounds like a paranoid fever dream. This is it. Ready? This is what I want to emphasize. A well-funded cabal of powerful people ranging across industries and ideologies, working together behind the scenes to influence perceptions, change rules and laws, working together behind the scenes. Oh no, steer media coverage and control the flow of information. They were not rigging the election, they were fortifying it. What the what? Can you imagine if Trump came out there and said, "I've got a team that is coming out to, work together behind the scenes to influence everyone's perceptions, change laws, and steer media coverage." Imagine if Trump said that.
We don't have to, because that's what they said Trump was doing the entire time. And now magically, we want the untold history story of what happened. We want to hear about the good guy, not orange man.
Yep.
Like it's what?
They are morally justified because they've convinced their entire group that Trump is evil and Trump supporters are evil. So they are justified in changing the rules, changing the laws, influencing the way that you think, steering the media coverage, controlling the flow of information. Who said it last? Who said it's for the good of the people? Hitler said that. Yeah, go ahead and look it up. Thanks, Tom McDonald. Man, his shit's fire. Yeah, I swore a little bit. That's fine. But this is ridiculous. They are convincing people that they're the good guys. We're the good guys. Look, we had to do this to save democracy. And they believe the public needs to understand that the public. You know what this reminds me of? V for Vendetta. We need to remind them why they need us.
Yeah.
Chancellor coming out and being like, shove it down their throats. Tell them why they need us. Remind the people that they need us to protect them. Whoa, government, you need to calm yourself. And remember, it's we the people in this country. This is right here is smacking Americans in the face. You should be pissed about this. This is them coming out and saying, yeah, we did it. We altered the election. We used every single thing that we could get our hands on and manipulate to get Trump out of office because we needed him out of office. And I'll tell you what, right now, they didn't need Trump out of office because he's bad. They didn't get him out of office because he was doing bad things for America. He was making America strong again. He was ruining this is Time Magazine's words right now. He was ruining the well-funded cabal of powerful people. He was ruining their plans. They said that. Let me just bring this back real quick. A well-funded cabal of powerful people ranging across industries and ideologies, working together behind the scenes. That is literally what the conspiracy theorists have been saying for years. They're coming out and saying, yep, it's real. We have inside interviews, inside sources. This article is long. I'm sure they get into crazy details. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. I get the gist of it. I'm going to read it later. I'm not going to read it on the air right now.
Can I say that I feel like you're seeing this over and over again? This is how stuff is being presented to the people when there are things that they want them to see or things that they don't want them to hear. And when that's going on, if they don't want people to hear, then they'll maybe give all the facts that they did. Like, look, they just said, we did all of this.
Yep.
So everyone should be freaking out. They should be being hauled into court. Like, this should be a thing that's being taken care of.
Yeah.
But instead, everybody's like, but she's crying. She said she was in the building. I'm not trying to bring that up. I know that.
No, I see what you're saying.
But like, I mean, instead we're talking about a crying AOC, or instead we're talking about this guy that did, like, it's ridiculous.
And not only that, they dropped this bomb, and the people on their side are like, good
Right.
job, you saved us. Man, it was so close to us being, all of our rights being taken by that authoritarian who signed one executive order in his first 3 days. How many did Biden sign in his first 3 days?
27?
17 in his first 3 days. How many is it up to now? Probably like 40. Dude just dropping them like it's hot. Like he's the king of America. What makes it even worse is he's got an earpiece. Salute the Marines. Salute the Marines. It's like, no. You salute the Marines.
Straight up.
You're supposed to salute them because they deserve
Robot
your
boy.
respect, Joe Biden, President Biden. You're supposed to respect the military, not call them stupid. I don't even want to say the words because it's terrible, but he did it. Clap for that, you stupid B word. Like, dude, the disrespect that he gives so many people, the racism that comes out of his mouth. Don't even get me started on it. But I'm talking
can't
about
talk
just
about that.
simply supporting your troops. Salute them. They deserve
Right.
your respect.
Right.
They're sitting there serving you. They are serving you.
Regardless of how you feel about war and anything like
Yes.
that, you are not being shot at. You are not in a job that is being shot at. So,
Whoa.
Hey.
He just said he was just shot at.
oh, well.
Did you hear that? I'm popping it up.
Pop it
Please
up.
finish your.
But
your-
I'm saying it's blanketed throughout everybody, and it's cops, and it's we don't want anybody to have anything. Well, you also are pretty okay with the fact that no one's invading our land. You know what I mean? No one's invading. Why aren't people invading us?
Yep.
Do you know why?
Well, because Americans are there's a
Because we strapped
because we strapped.
straight up.
That's right. Yeah, we are. Look at this. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm gonna pull this up so you can see it. This is Biden. I'm gonna back up.
What?
All right.
You have
Listen to
great
this.
personal courage. I've been with some of you when we've been shot at.
I've
have
been
great
with some of
personal
you
courage.
when we've been shot at. Those are his words. So he's talking to people saying, I've been with you when we've been shot at. And it's like,
I would want to hear the whole thing. I'm not knocking you, but
I get it.
The fact
I
that it
get it.
stops there and that's the first time I'm hearing it,
yeah.
like,
so
because that does make me
right.
boil up.
So Greg Kelly posted this.
Okay.
He's on Newsmax,
Yeah.
which tends to lean more on the right side of things.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a veteran and is probably really annoyed when people
Salty, yeah. Okay.
stolen valor. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like people don't want to. That's super disrespectful to
Right.
people who have actually served and sacrifices their lives and maybe have seen their friends get killed for our country, for
Right.
us, for me. Like when I see someone who's serving in the military, dude, you get my respect.
For sure.
Period.
Even if you're being rude to me,
Yeah.
you're going to get my respect.
It's like, thank you for serving. You know, you could be rude, like, but that's fine. But you at least, I still appreciate you.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So back to, Biden. It's like, dude didn't salute the Marines because he said salute the Marines, because someone said salute the Marines. All I can think of is Obama, man. In an interview, I don't know if you know this, in an interview in 2014, Obama was talking to someone. He's like, yeah, it would be way easier for me to just sit in my basement wearing comfortable sweatpants, not have to like be on, out in the middle of it, and just tell someone how to act and what to say and control things from the basement. Obama said this in an interview. Like, this isn't like some conspiracy. Like, he straight up said that. And now we've got, all this rumors of like Biden, like, dude, he can't read a teleprompter. He's terrible at it, and he every time he stumbles, it's just because he missed a line and is trying to correct it. Like,
Right.
I get it. Like, he's old and can't read a teleprompter, which that's who your president is now. But man, when he said salute the Marines, I was like, dang, that is proof that someone just told him to salute the Marines, and he just said salute the Marines. Like, he hears something in his ear and just repeats it.
Right.
Instead of recognizing that it's like, oh, I was supposed to salute the Marines. That's what you do to a Marine or someone who's actually serving you, the commander-in-chief of our armed forces. Ridiculous. This is crazy. Check this out. So this is just Tim's Twitter. All right? Tim talked about it. I don't think it even matters at this point. Time magazine just came out and said a cabal of elites rigged the election. I'm sorry, they said they didn't rig the election. They fortified it by changing the rules and laws as well as manipulating the flow of information. What is the difference? That's literally rigging the election. That's what it means. You rigged the election because you manipulated and changed rules and laws. And that's what we mean by saying you rigged the election. So they fact-checked it. This claim of election fraud is disputed. This tweet can't be replied to, retweeted, or liked due to a risk of violence. But it's the truth. Time magazine came out and just admitted it. They have all these people that are coming forward like, we want the truth to be told. The people should need to know about our heroics, about how we defeated the Orange Man. I love Tim Pool come back with the fact check. True. It is true. Time magazine. He posts the Time article, which is, by the way, NewsGuard guaranteed. My God. They're fact checking their own facts that they're coming out because they want people to know about the truth of the matter. But then, wait a minute, conservative Twitter is finding it and going, oh, see, it's proof. And they're like, well, no, it's not proof of what you're saying. It's proof that we defeated Orange Man.
Right.
Using these tactics that it's fortifying the election. We're fortifying democracy. How dare you go against democracy? We fortified it. We didn't rig anything. How dare you? It's rigging when you guys manipulate the media and change the rules and to get your way. When we do it, we're justified. So it's fortification of what we want.
Our cabal was okay. Your cabal, Trump's cabal was not.
Yeah. Trump's cabal.
Yeah.
Who was basically ruining their cabal.
Right.
They're like, there's only one cabal on this planet,
I feel like there should
and it's
be
ours.
There should be at least one person who has a voice that was like, let's stop using the word cabal. Should everybody like
Time magazine did it.
I'm saying.
I know.
I'm saying.
It's like
Come on, guys.
You realize that all the conspiracy theories are like
Right.
what? We've
doing
been
the-
saying this.
Illuminati. I was doing the one world order Illuminati because you were like a very important. Like it just sounds like some sort of like again next summer.
Next summer, you'll hear the story of a cabal that saved a democracy.
Dude,
Sounds like a bad 80s movie.
I've been saying all year long 2020 is a movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie, and 2021 does not disappoint. So far, it's like the movie continues.
Yeah.
2020, The Return. 2021,
2020.5.
coming this summer.
God. I can't believe that. This is insane. And there's a good article from the National Pulse here, which is not news guarded, but it sums it up. Time magazine. Trump was right. There was a conspiracy. Well-funded cabal, powerful people changing laws, steering media, and controlling information. I mean, we just read it together. And now, this right here, if this person would have come out and wrote this article 2 days ago, 3 days ago, the 7th of January, the 5th of January, oh my goodness, right? Anytime before the 20th, they would have been like, inciting violence.
Right.
This is exactly why we need to censor everybody. We need to control the information. Now this is actually true. This is Time magazine saying, yeah, we've got the proof. It's actually, it's they did control the flow of information. This is them convincing people, see, it was good that we controlled the information, right? Because we stopped the violence. Notice how the first couple paragraphs was, well, nothing happened. Nothing. There was crickets. There was no violence. There was no protesting because we declared Biden the winner so quickly. Everyone was happy. See, we stopped the violence, so it was good that we controlled information.
But it wasn't us who was doing the violence.
Right.
It wasn't us who was doing the violence who magically got happy when...
They did mention the months of sometimes violent protests.
Right.
Billions of dollars in damages to small businesses and small communities across this country. Sometimes, I think it was 8% of the time it was violent, but 8%, billions of damage... Billions, not millions, billions of damage to small. I mean, they ruined people's lives. People that have nothing to do with the cabal, the elites that are actually controlling everyone and coming out and admitting that they're manipulating you. We admit that we manipulated everybody, but look, we ended the Orange Man bad pandemic. It's straight up a pandemic to these people, the Orange Man, when in reality, he was truly a president of the people. You can't convince me otherwise. Like, I will never regret voting for that man. And now they're coming out saying, yeah, we totally manipulated everyone to make sure I'll use their term, to fortify the election, to make sure that no violence and ended the reign of this authoritarian leader. Look, authoritarian dictators, they don't get voted out. They don't have all this, every single thing be manipulated to get them out of power. That doesn't happen. It's the other way around. It's the dictators, the people that are authoritarians that use these tactics to get and stay in power. So moving forward, them being this blatant about admitting that they did this, that they manipulated the public, used media and the internet to change everyone's mental state to accept this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're defending democracy? They are deleting it.
Right.
Democracy is gone. If they can admit this and no one's going to get in trouble and what can happen? What's going to happen now? What can we do? They're straight up in our face going, psh, yeah, we did that. What are you going to do about it?
Bullying the playground.
Yeah, they are. They're
just strutting around the playground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't want us. I mean, my goodness. So yeah, that's the Time magazine thing. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Space Chimp just says we are a republic for this exact reason. I know. That's the thing. They want a democracy. They want it to be a democracy. When we're not, we're a constitutional republic. All right, which means even the little guys get a say. Which is funny. They want a democracy where the minorities actually won't get a say anymore. A democracy wouldn't work in this country. All the states, all the small states would never have a say anymore. And then guess what? They were going to leave. They're going to get pissed off and bounce. They're going to be like, why? I'm not getting any representation. You know why America was founded in the first place? No representation, no taxation without representation. Remember that? Does that ring a bell? If it doesn't, then that's an issue. But if it does, good for you. You know, when people don't have their voice heard anymore, they get fed up and do something about it. This is them basically saying, yeah, we saw what your voice was going to do. We saw what you wanted, and it's an issue to democracy. So we fortified it. All right, let's move on. Goodness sakes. That was a long article.
It's ridiculous.
All right, let's talk about Section 230. Because, it kind of goes hand in hand with this. This, the control of manipulation of information on the internet. This is the Safe Tech Act. Okay, let's hear from Mark Warner. This is the guy who's trying to put it forward. Now, he is a U.S. Senator from Virginia, and we'll just, it starts out fairly decent, and right away there's something's up when it's the Washington Post right here, which of course is NewsGuard certified. The Safe Tech Act doesn't interfere with free speech. It's about allowing these platforms to finally be held accountable for harmful, often criminal behavior enabled by their platforms, to which they have turned a blind eye to for too long. Yeah. Okay. All right, Mark Warner.
Let's see where you're going.
Let's see where you're going with this. Let's just, it's a thread, all right? 1 of 8. I'm going to read them all because you really got to. For years, Section 230 provided a get-out-of-jail-free card to platform companies as their sites are openly and repeatedly used by bad actors to cause damage or injury. Section 230 will be brought into the present day with the Safe Tech Act, created targeted exceptions. All right. We've seen over and over again that online advertising is a key vector for all manners of frauds and scams, in many cases targeting the most vulnerable users, such as seniors. Okay. And then he posts this article, how Facebook fueled a precious metal scheme targeting older conservatives. Okay, all right. Stopping the schemes. All right, you haven't lost me. We've similarly seen ads used to prey upon and mislead those seeking reproductive services. Google loophole allows anti-abortion clinics to post deceptive ads. Okay, all right. I'm just going to keep going. And for those looking to sign up for healthcare at the Affordable Care Act deadline, a Pennsylvania woman was convinced she bought Obamacare insurance. She got scammed. All right, stopping scams. Okay, good. All right, yeah. People getting scammed on the internet, like, sure. I guess there's some sort of checks and balances that we can have there. Perhaps most shockingly, the opaque and broken online advertising market these platforms operate in has been a boon for foreign-based scammers, including fraudsters based in China, allowing them to defraud and exploit American users and businesses. You know what? Still pretty good. Like, we shouldn't allow foreign governments to interfere with our elections. I'm sorry, I meant interfere with American minds. By the way, China spent millions of dollars influencing our election over the past 8 months. But that's neither here nor there. But it is absolutely part of what's going on here. I'm going to keep going here. See, the bill would make clear that Section 230 doesn't apply to ads or other paid content. Wait, what?
What?
Why would you not? Wait, what are you saying? You don't want it to apply because it protects them. Okay? So it's like, all right, okay. Bar injunctive relief. Impair enforcement of civil rights laws. Bar wrongful death actions. Bar suits against alien tort claims. And more. I guess this is from his website about it. Doesn't bar wrongful death actions, allowing the family of a descendant to bring suit against platforms where they may have contributed to a loss of life. I mean, that's I feel like very specific
right. Like
claim.
Is that for like Tim and accounting? They put that in there? Like, it seems very like...
Yeah, like who did that? Like what happened?
Right.
I don't know. Doesn't impair enforcement of civil rights laws, maintaining the vital and hard-fought protections from discrimination, even when activities or services are mediated by internet platforms. Maintaining vital and hard-fought protections from discrimination. See, as soon as you say discrimination, now I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Does doesn't bar suits under the Alien Tort Claims Act. I didn't know what this was. Potentially allowing victims of platform-enabled human rights violations abroad, like the survivors of the Rohingya genocide, or seek redress in U.S. courts against U.S.-based platforms. And then finally, doesn't interfere with laws that address stalking/cyberstalking or harassment and intimidation on the basis of protected classes, ensuring that victims of abuse and targeted harassment can hold platforms accountable when they directly enable harmful activity. I have the act right here. All right, and something that caught my right here down, like it basically went through all of that, but here it says service providers' disregard of the misuse of their platforms has produced more than just consumer harm. In many cases, continued and reckless inaction of platforms has facilitated pervasive online harassment of BIPOC, LGBTQ, and the religious minority users, with abusers often shielded by online anonymity and and fend for themselves. A law that was supposed to promote online speech was instead helped bad actors intimidate, bully, and hound some of the most vulnerable and marginalized users from participation in increasingly online public sphere. Platforms enjoy legal immunity, even where their services are openly used to perpetuate foreseeable and preventative violence. A platform that hosts organizing efforts for armed militia groups making direct calls for violence faces no legal consequences in its actions, even when reported by users hundreds of times in advance of tragic events. Similarly, even as platforms repeatedly provide the recruiting and organization tools for violent and extremist groups, including surviving as the organization infrastructure for those engaged in the of course, they have to drop this freaking capital siege in everything. What about the human trafficking, the child pornography that's going on these platforms? Why isn't that front and center? What is going on that they are vilifying these people that didn't even cause the violence? They're making every single Trump supporter a part of this. I'm sorry, it gets me so annoyed when that's their go-to now, that they're trying to just change the history and label that as the most traumatizing thing that's happened over the past year. Not talking about the billions of dollars of damage because of the manipulating people across this country into having this racial inequality, fuel people to burn down buildings at small businesses that have nothing to do with it at all. That should be part of this. That them manipulating, or say an election directly using these media platforms to manipulate the masses to vote how they want to, when they need to fortify an election. They got to fortify that election.
Got to fortify it, man.
Yeah, we got to fortify it. Make sure. So if they had 230 protections, it's like, look, what happened to having a thick spine and not giving a two poops about what people think about you? Like, you could say what you want about me. I don't care. Say what you want. Call me what you want. Look, you banned me for calling you Adam Crigler. Yeah, well, I don't need to have people that are just going to make fun of me on my platform. I'm going to, peace. I don't need to look at you. I don't need to have someone around if you're just going to be an a-hole to me. There's a difference between it affecting me and me booting you off my platform. Bye-bye. You don't affect me. Bye-bye. But you don't get to sit here and just be an a-hole. Like, that's the whole point of a block. You can get blocked. Bye-bye. It's okay with me. You're not going to affect my life. You didn't affect my life, but you don't get to just come around. Bye-bye. That's the whole point of a block. You're gone. You don't get access to me anymore. You want to come in my chat here and talk stuff to all of my my homies? Bye-bye. You get booted off. That's the beauty of being able to block people. All right? It's my choice. It's what I see on my platform that I'm using. Sure, I'm on Twitter, but when you boot people off the platform completely, they claim that they don't. And I did a segment on this last week or maybe it was earlier in the week. I don't know. My episodes blend together, but they're basically saying that, well, big tech censoring conservatives is actually a conspiracy theory and a form of misinformation. Or they're trying to convince everybody.
Don't look at that Time article. Don't look at that Times article.
Yeah,
completely different.
exactly.
Like,
they're trying to
pick a freaking lane.
Pick a lane. They're trying to convince everybody that, well, the right is not allowed to spread misinformation, but we're allowed to spread misinformation because it's to fortify the elections. It's to fortify our power. That's really what it is when you look at it. So Section 230, it's like, look, everyone has the right to say whatever they want, but everyone needs to remember they have a right to not listen, to not have it affect you. Hate speech? How do we know what hate speech is if they get rid of it all? There's no such thing as hate speech. It's speech that you hate, that triggers you, okay? And that's in Tom McDonald's new song. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I love that line because it's the truth. You just don't like it. You just don't agree with it. You think it's triggering, and you are triggered. The problem is you, the people who get triggered for it. Don't get triggered by it. Don't care. Shame the people. You're a terrible person for being a racist. That's how you respond with racism. If you see it. If I see it, in fact, I have heard someone called my own sister or said something very racist, and I told them to get the F out of my house. You're no longer welcome here at all. How dare you? In this day and age, right now, like, who the F do you think you are? Man, I have to hold myself back. But I'll tell you, I didn't when I heard that. That's what you do. You call people out right then and there. You don't put a blanket statement, all white people are racist. That's ridiculous. The fact that you're saying white people in general, it's like, man, when are we going to drop the race? When is it going to be the point where we realize we're all humans?
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday, and the thing that I said then is it's everybody speaks in absolutes.
Yeah.
Absolutes that are pointed at the other person. So even with this stuff that we were just talking about, we are absolutely right in everything that we do, whether we manipulate, whether we change things, whether we're doing it for the good of everybody.
Yeah.
If the other side, if anybody else does it, they are wrong.
Yep.
They are wrong. Even if they're doing the exact same thing, they are wrong. It is the proverbial parents telling the children, do what I say, not what I do. And that's not what we can do. We're not your kids.
Yeah.
We're not your kids. You may be well older than us, and it may be because you've spent way too much time in a cushy job that you should have had some sort of term limit on.
Yep.
That's neither here nor there. But the fact of the matter is that people are walking around treating everybody like we're their kids, and you're going to decide what we listen to. I do that stuff for my 6-year-old, okay? I don't need you freaking doing that for me. And if you want to know why everybody's rioting and why everybody's freaking out, it's because when we're already down and out, instead of figuring out how to help people, you're going over here and deciding, oh, I don't know if we're going to give people stuff because I don't know if we're going to give people money that's going to help people. I don't know if we're going to give any sort of aid. I don't know if we're going to open back up because you guys aren't doing what we want to do yet. You guys aren't going to say yes to these 70 or 80 freaking things. What's up with that? Every time I say that, I think of the Tracy Morgan thing. Ooh-wee, what's up with that? What's up with that? Sorry.
Hold on, I don't want to lose this.
I know, and I don't go.
It's all black and white. You're either on this side or if you're on this side. If you're on this side,
absolutely,
how dare you be over there? And if you're over there, how dare you be over there? Hey, look, the majority of people are in the middle, the bell curve, going, what is up with these people? On both sides, they're crazy. Look, I'm not on either one side. I have different views on different things. Like, everybody's different. All of us are different. We can't do this battle of the left and the right. This, black and white. Like, I'm talking just simple colors, lack of color versus full color. It's not race. I'm not talking a race thing. I'm just talking like, it's not stark difference, yin and yang. It's like everybody, the shades of everybody is so drastically different mentally, where we all are at. Yeah, we all bleed the same, but everybody's different. Everyone you don't just like, well, did you vote for Trump? Oh, Trump, you voted for Trump. You're way over there. You are now a full-on conservative Republican that, like, you fit all of these brackets. Like, no. Don't try to put me in a box. I am me, and every single person deserves the right to choose who they are and not be put over on this bracket. They keep saying every time I read the Capitol Hill siege, and it's like, Oh my goodness.
What siege? A bunch of stoners ran around there and did some bad stuff. Some
Straight
people
up.
got hurt, but I mean, it was some jacked up stuff that now no one knows what to believe. Maybe you didn't hear this when you read it, but that Times article just said, yeah, we do whatever we want. So as long as you guys are good with that, we do whatever we want, but we're the good guys. So you can worry that or know that we're doing it for you.
Yeah.
And anything that he does, anything that those guys do, it's the bad guys. I know it sounds like the same stuff, and I know I said cabal twice, but don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. We're allowed to say cabal because we're part of the cabal. Like, it's like, well, it's our cabal, so you plebs can't do anything about it anyway. It's ridiculous.
I'm saying.
All right, moving on. I don't know where we even went, but it was good. It was good. It was good. I want to talk about one more thing before we get into super chats and chatting around. This is an article that caught me off guard when I read it. I was like, no way. Is this real? Canadian Olympic Committee warns athletes not to criticize China. Oh my. This is where we are at. Look at this. This is kind of freaky. I don't know if you know this, but Canada and China have been buddying. Well, I should just say Justin Trudeau and China have been buddy. Like, China has been doing military drills in Canada, and vice versa. Canadian troops are over in China doing military drills. Weird.
That is the single scariest thing that I heard, and I'm not kidding. I'm not over-exaggerating. What I'm thinking right now is that the one thing that we had with all these crazy bullies running around is we had our own bully. We had, and he wasn't a bully in the sense that he was picking on people. He was a bully in the sense that he's not going to deal with your crap.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we have a people who are like, yeah, no, we're gonna, don't worry about it. Everything's gonna go fine with war. We're not gonna worry about war. We're gonna do war if we gotta do war. But yeah, don't worry about that. Oh, we're gonna keep all this giant military around us. But that's off the topic. What I'm having an issue with, and what is genuinely scaring me, is the fact that China is that close.
Yep.
I didn't know that until you just said that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
that's basically our backyard.
That is our backyard.
Well, it's Canada.
It's our upyard.
Upyard. Canada might be a little pissed to hear that we consider them our backyard. But I mean, they're our
They would say
they're our neighbors.
we're their backyard.
Okay.
It just being in the backyard doesn't mean that your house
still
is
your
any
property.
crappier.
But it's your property still.
Our shared backyard.
The neighbor.
You're our neighbor. Let's
just
do
go
that.
with neighbor.
Good grief. They, them.
Yo, you got to be careful with the semantic
Yeah,
world, man.
they,
People
them.
go, Canadians just freak out everywhere. Tonight on Adamcast, his random guest, Fernk, claims Canada is actually America.
Yeah, no. Canada's awesome. I love America.
I've been to Canada.
And Canada.
It is awesome.
I don't.
It's beautiful up there.
It's.
All right, check this out, though. A Canadian Olympic Committee says its athletes should avoid publicly criticizing China ahead of the 2022 Winter Games in Beijing due to concerns that critics could be prosecuted under the Communist Party's national security laws. The Globe and Mail reported on Tuesday. So why are we having the Olympics in China at all? If we're even thinking that there's a possibility that China's going to come down on the citizens, like what?
And does this not read like to anybody else as a freaking email? Like,
yeah.
Wouldn't you just send this out to everybody? Why are you letting China know? Hey, I know you guys have been saying some crazy crap, but we need you to not be doing that. We need you to like.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. By the way, don't do this. But let's blast it out to the world so China knows that there's actually so clearly some of their athletes are criticizing China.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. David Schumacher, chief executive officer in the Canadian Olympic Committee, said the committee plans to spend a considerable amount of time instructing its competitors on what they might consider not commenting on, perhaps at least until after the games have taken place. There have been dissidents in Hong Kong who have been taken away and charged for saying things that have been contrary to the Communist Party of China's Chinese government's policies. Schumacher told the paper. So we will talk to our athletes about the implications of what they say and of the topics that they choose to speak about. My goodness. human rights activists have called on democratic governments to boycott the games due to the growing evidence of China's brutal repression of the Uyghur people.
Amen.
Yeah, exactly. In the United States, Senate Republicans introduced legislation this week to move the Olympics to a different country, arguing that the flagrant human rights abuses committed by the government of the People's Republic of China are inconsistent with Olympic values.
Preach.
Thank you. A White House spokesperson said Wednesday that the Biden administration has no plans to boycott the Olympics at this time. Are you surprised?
Of course.
Of course. This is so surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. China has carried out a systemic campaign of abuse against its Uyghur minority population for years, and its action came under renewed scrutiny this week after the BBC published a report detailing horrific first-hand accounts of abuse at government-run concentration camps. Former prisoners said they were subjected to rape, electric shock torture, starvation, and sterilization. They were also forced to memorize books of Communist Party propaganda at re-education centers. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo designated the Chinese government's action as genocide as one of his final acts in office last month. The Biden State Department is currently reviewing that declaration, according to Biden's nominee for United Nations envoy. Who works for China? I'm sorry. Who does Biden work for? I mean, works for America, right? He supports America, right? I don't know anymore. I don't know. Do you know?
I think if he does enough things, he becomes a real boy. So I think that's what it boils down to. No, but what I was going to say is, and this is, I'm being genuine right now. At what point, like, it's freaking, like, because the guy's name isn't Hitler that's running it? Is that why we're letting this fly?
I don't.
Why isn't the world standing up? I don't understand that.
I don't understand it either.
Like they're calling them concentration camps,
and they are sterilizing the men and forcing the women to mate with people that they choose and harvesting their organs and the forced labor. It's like the list goes on for what China is literally doing right now, and they've been pushing this campaign of like, this is all fake, it's not real, the world is making this stuff up. Well, then why is all this evidence coming out about it then? Like,
then let us find out. Let us find out if it's all
you
fake.
You want to go try to find out?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if our country hadn't been stripped of its backbone, we could say, let us look. Mm-hmm. Or the rest of the world. What's going on? Why is everyone, like, we don't even need to know what the conditions are in the place. I know that sounds awful. Hear me out. We don't even need to know what the conditions are because it's called a concentration camp.
Yeah, exactly. Or the weird connections between the governor of Georgia and the fact that he was constantly visiting the consulate of China in Houston, and the fact that we found out earlier in the year that it was actually a spy ring that was being run out of there, and they actually burned all the papers and bounced and then kicked out all of our U.S. emissaries from China. Like, what did people even remember what was going on there? Like, there's some stuff that went down over the past year that just does not add up onto, and like hearing what I followed Mike Pompeo and like the things that he was talking about, and he was calling them out hardcore. Granted, he also said, like, you know, we'll transfer to a second Trump administration. You know, he was very, adamant about that. So, like, clearly he was wrong about that.
Right.
You know, but, like, was he wrong about calling China, current actions genocide? I don't think so. I think it actually is. From all of the things that I've seen about what's going on there, it's pretty damning evidence.
It's awful.
It's awful. All right. We have just been on fire today. We've been going over an hour. Usually I stop at about the hour point to do super chats.
Yeah.
But we're on some giga internet now.
Boom, boom, boom,
so
boom,
we don't have to worry about stopping at 8. It is jam night, so I'm gonna be playing some music. He's gonna be playing the mustache harp.
The mustache.
I don't know how he plays it. It's a mystery to me, but it's a magic to behold.
You got to grow it to find out.
But so I don't know how many people saw my New Year's Eve episode. And I was gifted a $2,500 bottle of whiskey straight rye, the Van Winkle Reserve. All right, now you watch my show.
Yeah.
So he texted me at the end of the show. He said, "You got a Pappy?"
At the end of the show, he saw it. The second the Pappy made the screen,
Yeah.
I texted.
You text me, and I didn't even know what he meant. I was like, "What? What is a Pappy?" I didn't understand. This is actually, it says here, from Pappy Van Winkle's private stock. So this is like a unicorn. I didn't even know. You want to tell the story?
No, can I? Hold on. You talk about it for 2 seconds.
Okay.
I want to grab that other one so they can
Grab the other one.
Most people know the other one.
Okay. Go grab the other one. So yeah, this is and actually someone clipped the video of him coming in here, and it had like 60,000 views on it because people just wanted to see me and Tim together again because we're a good combo. So clearly he knew all about it, and this is not my style of whiskey. I'm a Scotch drinker. I like smoky, the peat. I like Scotch. I'm more of a Scotch drinker. I mean, it's interesting. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Go ahead, show that bottle.
Yeah, so this is the bottle that is generally known by people. Looks very Pink Floydy right here. You have Pappy. This is the 10-year-old. I feel like the 10-year-old is generally what you see.
Yeah.
There's going to be people out there that know more than me. They're going to be like, no, it's not. It's the other one. But I had never even seen that Pappy, and that's some next level. I mean, it says from the family's reserve.
Yeah. So that one. So that's what you thought.
This is what I thought you
So
had.
he actually did get multiple bottles. Now this is not as expensive. It's still very expensive.
It's still something that you're never going to find.
So you can see there's only a little bit because I only tried a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm only gonna pop this open for special occasions. But while you're here, I have 2 Crigler and Crigler whiskey shot glasses. Now these are 120-year-old shot glasses. These are straight up from turn of the century, 1898, something like that.
Yeah.
That's how old these are. So we are gonna try some of this here, Pappy. All right.
Crazy.
Drink some of this here, Pappy.
Gotta get the this weird.
Okay. Yeah, so like I want this bottle to last forever.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm never gonna drink it. So here's for you, sir.
Cheers, man.
All right, you got that? Cheers.
Cheers.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too.
Oh, that's so smooth.
Holy cow.
That's
That's amazing.
It's something else, right?
I told him before he said, he said when I told him, I was like, holy cow, you got a bottle of that. He said, we'll definitely have to have a drink of it together. And I was nervous that it was going to, I was nervous that it was going to be this good because then
it ruins all
don't
other whiskeys.
have that. You know what I mean? Like I can't, this is amazing. This is amazing.
It
Thank you for
really
sharing
is
this.
very unique, right?
And that
It's unlike any whiskey I've ever tasted. It's really, I mean, I love whiskey. I try to taste different whiskeys. I don't like doing the same bottle more than once.
Yeah.
Unless it's really good.
you got to keep a stock bottle of something that you maybe
like
go to.
Lafroig 10 for me.
Yeah.
Or I had a Lagavulin that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna open that bottle. For those wondering, there's a Nick Offerman Lagavulin back here from Parks and Rec. He loved Lagavulin, and you actually gave it to me last time you were here as a gift. And I'll never open that bottle. I'll open it on my deathbed.
Here's the thing. I think
drink the whole thing.
are going to come out with another
Oh, really?
another round of it or another blend or something like that.
Okay.
That is one that maybe we should
Okay. Yeah, because that's the original
get
run
in
right
on
there.
together. Yep, that's the
Awesome,
OG.
awesome. All right, so we are going to get into some super chats. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and super chatting us. I'm sure we're going to be bouncing around different subjects. Gerald says, most popular sentence I've heard on YouTube this week has been, I am not a financial advisor. Yeah. Stonks. Yep. Sydney says, sup, homie.
Yeah.
What up? Do you know Sydney?
I know everybody.
You know everybody. A good answer. Good. IB Rippenham says, announcement, I am now a licensed fartologist. Good for you, sir. Congratulations.
Proud of you.
I am proud. Doobie McNasty says you should get Tom McDonald on. I 100% agree with you. I love that he's getting so much press and so much light shined on his music right now because I love his music. I think he's really good, and his message is so good.
Right.
And it's interesting because people keep all of his music that's going viral are very like calling people out, cancel culture, and like fake woke and all this stuff. But he's also a very good motivational speaker. Like he raps about songs that are very I don't know, like raw. Like, you know, it's like you can relate to a lot of his stuff because he's not just calling people out. He's like trying to bolster people up. And so you should check out all of his music if you haven't yet. So
heck yeah.
I would love to have Tom on, and we actually have been DMing each other on Twitter, so there's a high possibility that that's going to happen. Hydro says, Fernk, I would like to let you and Adam know, yesterday I got my second stripe on my white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
There
Nice.
you go. There you go. Get some, Biggs.
Right on. Turk, some more appreciation from last Friday. With you keeping it going for us, it was a good evening. Thank you. P.S. Shameless plug, Turk_Longwell on Minds. Right on, Turk. Right on. Thank you for those kind words.
Heck yeah.
Doobie McNasty says, I'm more American than you. Count on that. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm 100% American. How can you be more American than me? You're either American or you're not American. Period. You could be more patriotic.
There you go.
But that's also something that you could...
as long as you're being things, though, could you be another bottle of this
Why'd you
Pappy?
Why'd you move this away from me?
Because I live with 2 small children, and it was very close to the side, and you were
Are you-
gesticulating with your hands.
Are you basically saying I'm a small child right now?
I'm saying cups near the edge of the table don't work well with me.
With you. Okay, this is my desk.
All right.
Don't you be moving my shot glass.
I'm just going to shoot your round next time.
Oh, man. All right. I'm not your buddy guy.
I'm not your guy, friend.
Says, I wasn't mocking AOC's appearance yesterday when talking about her eyes. I ran out of space, but I believe your eyes can say a lot about you. Okay. I can see that. Let's see. Snark Victory says, that article is a 6,500 word black pill. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Nicholas says they published this article so they can get the violence they wanted on the 20th. Maybe they're like, bring it on now. Now that we are in power and control everything, create more violence so that we can blame you and make more laws that lock you all down.
Straight up.
Yep, I could see that. Jonathan says, breaking, Fox News cancels pro-Trump host Lou Dobbs. What? They canceled Lou Dobbs on Fox? Wow. Hey, how long has he been on the air? I got to find that out. What? That is ridiculous. Dobbs been on air. Let's see. How long has he been on air? He started working with CNN since 1980. And then, wow. Let's see. Oh, well, Fox Business. Here we go.
It's 40 years he's been in the game.
Yep. 2010. So he's been on Fox for 10 years. Jeez. 11 years. And it was just canceled today. Wow. That's nuts.
Ridiculous.
It's not surprising.
No.
Anyone who was, basically saying Trump's not bad or here's good things that he's done.
And
rip my channel.
And every time I hear stuff like that, all I can think about is all these people that they're promoting that bravely stepped out and went against Trump. No, they knew that you guys were moving in and that you were going to start hacking everyone's heads off. So they were like, yeah, no, whatever you need to hear for the next couple of years.
Yeah, basically. It's ridiculous. Minion says 2020 taught us the answer to everything is paper masks and $600. Blackwell Disco says mustaches of the world unite.
Yeah.
Adam, my album drops in 10 days and one of the songs is about your show. No way.
Heck yeah.
Oh, someone wrote a song about my show.
That's what's up.
Cool. I am looking forward to that.
Is there a link to the?
Well, I'm sure Blackwell Disco on YouTube is
Okay,
probably
cool.
the best way to do it.
Heck yeah.
Best part about instrumental music is I can make it about whatever I say it is about. Dope. It's an instrumental song.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm looking forward to hearing what you think the essence of my show is.
It's just someone
through
screaming.
It's instrumental music.
It's like death metal.
Yeah. That's funny. I'm not your buddy guy. Says MSNBC ran a segment equating January 6th to terrorists, then took it further, saying how you normally deal with terrorists by killing them and drone bombing. Oh gosh, the people that stormed inside the building, of the people that were inside the building, there was a fraction of those people that were doing things that should be condemned, like being violent. Okay, most of them were cracking jokes, smoking doobies. There was even the picture of that old woman that was like, "I don't know what I'm doing here."
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
I got on the bus too. Like,
It's like they're not terrorists. It's like a couple, like a handful of them maybe could be considered terrorists. But my goodness, they are shoving it down the throats of everybody who is already brainwashed by them.
and here's the deal: everyone's in agreement.
Yeah.
The people that were doing nefarious stuff.
Yeah.
You have more information that shows that they were doing that. Everyone agrees that those people should be handled, and I mean, to the law.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
But
They're just convincing their base that Trump supporters are evil.
right.
And that it's that Time article. They want to make sure everyone that follows them and believes them reads that Time article and goes, good
Yep.
riddance. Great. I'm glad we are morally justified in cheating. So I've been saying it for months. That's the way that Time article proved me right. Ridiculous. Let's see here. Bruno says, anyone here miss Parler? Can't stand the mainstream media platforms. Well, try MAGA Book. Adam, why aren't you on it yet, man? Let's make it big. MAGA Book. I've never heard of it before. This is literally the first time I've heard of it. But okay, I'll look at it. Because that's I've never heard of that before. Patrice says, the unions organize after Democrat promises. Read the 100-day plan, Unions for All. Oh, we'll see how that works. Buffalo Bill says, these peoples are responsible for the 6th. Yes, they are. Corporations and think tanks and media now control U.S. elections. And they're admitting it. And they're coming out and saying, you give us a medal for this. We deserve your like groveling. You like bow to us for saving this democracy by doing what we did. That's, I mean, you know what I mean? Whoa, we had a crazy super chat jump. Thank you all for joining us today. I just got to find where we were. Yeah, but I agree with you there, Buffalo. I'm not your buddy guy says, I love the mustache, by the way.
A good little twist for you.
Good little twist. Nice. It is a delicious stash. Let's see. Arcadian Twilight says, as long as they deny losing voters the chance to trust by verify this division, this rage in even moderate justice-minded citizens will get worse. I agree.
Agreed.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone should be angry. They're basically saying we control the media, we control you. That's really what it is. They're basically saying we control you for your own good. Scary. Skeleton King says, I put videos of Officer Tatum and Tim Pool on my Facebook, and one person said I was posting crazy unhinged stuff. Tribalism politics is destroying the USA. Yep, exactly. I mean, Tim Pool and Officer Tatum are both people that are, or Tatum's a little fiercer than Tim is, but they're both accurate with their news as far as what I know of both of those people. Lionheart says, what's good, hippie Jesus and mustache?
Yeah.
It's mustache, actually. There's no E at the end, so it's kind of cool. It's like mustak.
Mustak.
Just wanted to say that I just received my Gamer's Blend last night, only waiting 3 days after I ordered it, and it tastes amazing. But Biden won legitimately by mail-in voting, right? Yeah, right, exactly. I'm glad beware, that Gamer's Blend is strong. That is strong coffee.
So those late night cups.
It's if you want, you're drinking coffee to keep gaming, like that's what the Gamer's Blend's for. So shout out to Crigler Coffee and thank you for that. John L says, "Hey Adam, take a look at what does it say? The Tytler cycle. It was devised by a professor of classical history in the 1800s to explain why Athenian democracy weakened, faltered, and then collapsed. We might be entering the final stages." That sucks, and I will check that out.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I'll look into that. Minion says, "Are you concerned about your badath care? Oh, is that the way that he said it or some weird way? Right. Is your family confused about what true antidepressant is? Drink a cup of Crigler coffee. It won't answer your questions, but darn good coffee." Thank you, Minion. I am loving these super chats of people giving me ads for my Crigler coffee. In fact, I really need a clue because Minion, this is the first time you've done it, but I need just like a couple letters in the beginning, maybe like CCAD. If you do that, so Crigler coffee ad. So put that, if you're going to do a super chat, if you're going to super chat me, it'll clue me in to read it in my announcer voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about, my announcer voice. All right. Ryan Cronin says, you said, what did I just read? You just read that we lost this country. Stay tuned. Man, I don't want that to be the truth. I hate that might be true. Ugh. Acoustic Theory says, so we have the Time article, which is as much a mainstream article as anything in the New York Times. And we have Mike Lindell's documentary also airing tonight. Something bigger is going on that we can't see.
Right.
I didn't mention the Mike Lindell documentary because I didn't watch it yet. I have it, and I actually posted it on my Locals page, so you can go check it out if you want. adamcastirl.locals.com. I have it posted there. YouTube deleted it, so it's probably hard to find, but it's on an alternative media source, so you can go to my Locals and check it out and watch it for yourself. He basically is talking about all of the election interference that he has gotten. And it's interesting that they have banned him off the platform. They banned his video. They deleted him from Twitter, deleted it from YouTube. And it's like they're on the same day that they're coming out that they said that they actually did manipulate the election. They did change the rules to make sure that, the election went the way that they wanted. And I don't understand. They're admitting that we were right. The people that were like, hey, they're changing things, they're changing laws to have their way, and that's not how it's supposed to be done. You guys are cheating. That is literally the term of what rigging the election is. Making sure the outcome they wanted happens, so they made changes to the system to do that. That is literally rigging the election. But they fact-checked Tim's tweet saying, no, it's not true. You're causing violence. Yeah, this could cause violence. Yeah, you know what could also cause violence? You lying to the public, saying that, no, there's no such thing as widespread voter fraud, but there's such thing as us fortifying the election. Totally different thing. How dare you? Easy E says, next watch them brag about how they were the white supremacists all along. That article is an attempt at demoralizing people into accepting corruption. Boom. Well said, Easy E. Sergio says, welcome to the first great American empire. True to the Caesar. Shaking my head. On a side note, stonks. Hydro says, everyone seems to have forgotten how Antifa tried to take over the White House. Yeah, they don't talk about that. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about them trying to burn down a courthouse for 100 days.
That was part of our cabal.
Yeah, right. Which cabal are you on? Oh, that one? All right, no, you're not allowed to do that.
Make sure you wear your jerseys, guys. This cabal stuff's getting tricky.
Yeah. Make sure you wear the correct colored cabal jersey.
Right.
Or else we wouldn't know.
Right.
Yeah, goodness. JP says Nancy Pelosi had that speech where she said, regardless of the outcome of the election, when Joe Biden is president. Yeah, there's too many weird things. Hillary Clinton says Joe Biden should not concede the election no matter what. Why are you saying that? What does that mean? Goodness sakes. Mr. Scott said, "Where's Adam fact-checking? Where's Adam fact-checking website? I'll be waiting." Where's Adam's fact-checking website? Where my what? I mean, the Time magazine. It's Time magazine. Like, what was I fact-checking? What are you talking about? Sorry, that doesn't make much sense.
Oh, wait. Are they asking for when are you going to have a website that fact-checks?
Well,
Maybe,
I wasn't
are
doing
they
that.
asking? No.
Tim said that he was going to do that.
Okay. Well, maybe
So
they were
maybe,
asking for
maybe
a
that's
similar
what you're
thing.
talking about,
Maybe.
Mr. Scott. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, but Claymore says, "Hey Adam, seen a great documentary on the rise of fascism in Europe. I highly recommend watching it." Right on. Where did you?
Is the name of it there?
Yeah, the rise of fascism in Europe is the name of it. I will check it out. Cool. White Lasagna says Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah.
Straight up, not even hiding it anymore. John L says government legitimacy is little more than a facade that hinges on people's belief that it is legit. When the facade cracks, the only tool available for government to maintain control is force. And that is, and he's a history professor.
Okay.
John L here. So you're right. It's true. When people don't believe that the government is even legitimate anymore, which seems that more and more people are doing that, we'll see. Evil Morty says, "Did you watch My Pillow guys show the evidence that China and others hacked the machines? They have receipts. Banned it from YouTube. I will spin that UFO because you said so. And I do have it. I posted it on my locals page. If you want to see it, go to adamcastirl.locals.com and you can check it out. I posted it there. Playoni says they mean they're waiting for an Adamcast version of the Timcast fact-checking website. Interesting.
Yeah.
I do not have the time or the money to start a business like that. That's a lot of work. I don't have the time for that. So that's not coming anytime soon.
Because anything you do, you're doing it right.
Correct.
It's not something
a fact-checking website.
But I'm
it's
saying
like,
anybody
that's a
can
lot.
push something out.
You know, I have a hard enough time making sure that I'm bringing, the facts to you guys on my show daily. It's a lot of work.
So in essence,
to fact
he already
check
has it.
literally everything. What?
You already have it because
Yeah, I kind of.
what you're doing is
Well, it's
fact-checked.
my subjects that I talk about. So that's a whole nother story, talking about having a website where it's like 100%. I don't know. Let's see here. But I didn't watch the video evidence yet, but I will. John Elegant says the arc of human development tends towards monarchy because it is easier to be safe and stupid than to be free and responsible. Yep, there you go. Arcadian Twilight. Is it me, or is the cabal and mainstream media milking January 6th like the National Socialists did with the Reichstag fire? Similarly, in propaganda, it's eerie. They are absolutely milking it. They are absolutely blowing it way out of proportion. Nonstop. It's getting ridiculous. Abba Zaba, you my only friend. Thurgood Jenkins. Yeah, that was a good movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah.
Abba Zaba, you my only friend. Derek Nally says, you a white supremacist. If you not, I guess you Antifa. Tom McDonald. That's a stark difference between that. That's the stark difference that is ruining it for everyone. It's so hyperbolic. I know exactly. And that is from his song No Lives Matter. Really good, powerful song. I mean, Tom McDonald's musical repertoire is amazing. Like, you really need to get into his music to really understand like the power of what he's got offering people, because his message is on fire. And it's true. You a white supremacist. If you're not, you Antifa. And it's like, that's basically the way that they're pitting everybody. It's crazy. David McDonald says, the left has a bunker mentality. Everyone who isn't 100% with them is against them. Yep. Jason Dixon, Canada is America, not United States of America. No, I get
Right.
it. Yeah, I was just cracking jokes and semantically joking about. I was kind of just making fun of the people that are nitpick semantics. It's like, come on. Eye roll. Easy E says, born and raised in Michigan, can confirm Canada is our other northern peninsula. They're 50% moose and geese by capita. Cool. Fun facts about Canada. M Girl says, aren't we supposed to abolish a government that is tyrannical? It says in the Declaration of Independence. You're right, M Girl, and that's why they're trying so hard to gaslight everyone into believing that they are doing it for the greater good.
Right.
They are. It's ridiculous. Jared says, spin the stash. Printer God here for you.
Ooh.
Printer God, what up? Printer
what's
God.
up.
All right,
That's
we're going
what's
to take a second to just shout out Printer God.
Hey, Printer God, straight up. You're the reason that my stream runs as smooth as it does. Cheers to you.
Cheers, Printer. All right, so for those who don't know, me and Fernk both started Twitch channels.
Yeah.
So we game, you actually build
Gundam
and stuff
some
too.
models and stuff like that. We'll be branching into some different stuff and branching over to YouTube as well. But
Yeah, it's cool. I'm excited.
yeah, it's fun.
It's cool. Yeah, and we were going on the other night. You were having some issues streaming Call of Duty because it's a heavy game.
And anytime I had streamed, I had to dumb down my computer. I'm not running a 3090 or anything, but like my computer is a good computer. It can handle it. Everything I was doing through the graphics card.
Yeah.
And Printer helped me to figure that out.
That you can bring it through the CPU instead.
Correct.
So shout out to Printer God. Word. Simping Farida says, Times Magazine is pissing on us without the courtesy of calling it rain.
Right.
America is now a fascist country. I mean, it's hard. It's. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Arcadian says, it's as for China, why our government acts this way. Bloomberg, Goldman Sachs, Walmart, Apple, Nike are heavily invested with big tech censoring to get in. Yo, everyone is just making, it's all about the money, man. They are just making so much money. It's like, oh, continue making your money, but you're also using slave labor. And guess what? The masses are just buying this stuff up. It's crazy. Someone's freaking like, I hear Gundam.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he builds Gundam on his Twitch channel, which is
Check it out.
the Fernk.
_Fernk.
_Fernk on Twitch. Wait, hold on. You got
it. It's over there, right? No, it's over there.
Boop, boop, boop.
There, boop,
There
boop,
it is,
boop,
right
boop,
there.
boop, 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 boop,
So
boop,
check him out on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Fernk, _Fernk.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Word. Let's see here. Craw Tusk says Canada will also tell its athletes to let China win every medal.
Oh yeah.
As not to make their glorious empire look weak.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but that's sad. Chef de jour says Trump was the only world leader speaking out against China's treatment of the Uyghur Muslims. That is disturbing. I agree. It is disturbing. Like, because everyone else is just like, no, don't piss China off. Don't speak out against them before we go speak there. They might lock you in a room. That's what you're doing? You're not saying, China, you need to cut that out.
And that's what you took from that? You're not saying, okay, we're not going?
Yeah, fine. We're not going then. We shouldn't go there.
Why should we be giving money to anybody who is even potentially doing anything that classified as genocide?
Right. Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. Inconceivable. Renee Bush, thank you for that cute little fox super chat. Appreciate that. Sam says,
I think that's
dude,
a corgi.
It does look like.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
is it a corgi?
I think it might be.
But you could
I
see
prefer
how.
foxes.
Look at the tail though. It's got a little tail here that kind of looks
I
like
didn't
it
see
could be
that.
a fox.
Yeah. All right. My bad.
Well, a fox corgi, maybe a fox corgi hybrid.
A forgy.
That forgy. That would be actually kind of cute.
It would be really cute.
It would, a little forgy. Sam says, dude, love the show tonight. Got hooked on you and Tim because of skating and Magic the Gathering. Nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We're actually going to play some Magic maybe tomorrow night or something.
Get a little commander going on. Heck yeah.
Get a little commander. He got some of the new, I don't remember which commanders they are, but
Yeah.
it's one of the newer commanders. They're pretty cool. Let's see. Jason Dixon says, I'm more American than Doobie. I'm Native American. Oh, okay. I mean, how can anyone be more American than others? It's like it should be if you're American, you're American. Period. Like let's stop that. I'm gonna stop it right now. If you're American, you're American. Period. Well, what's your nationality? American. Different combination that we can talk about, but different. Turk says, a 5 spot for my fellow American. Great words spoken there. Well, thank you, fellow American. Appreciate that. Socialism is for Fig says, hey, Adam, I know you're not into guns as much, but I placed first last week in a 3-gun competition that includes pistol, shotgun, and rifle. I won with the last shot being a 600-yard shot in the rain. # proud. Actually, I really like 3-gun a lot. I haven't done it myself, but one of my guns would be one you would use in 3 guns. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I love it a lot, and I wouldn't mind having one of each of those strictly because I would enjoy 3-gun a lot. Yeah, that's cool. Good, congratulations, socialism. That's dope. Right on. I'm not your buddy guy. Says I sell drugs in front of high schools.
Holy cow. Okay.
Now this is a fake I'm not your buddy guy.
There's multiple.
This is a fake.
So we have a troll.
There is an imposter that floats around that makes fun of people and pokes fun and trolls. I know who it is, but it's I will accept the super chat money. Joshua says search Joe Biden said we have the most extreme voter fraud team ever assembled. I know, I have seen it, and he did say that. It's kind of crazy. Bam says, here is some money, dark days ahead. Well, thank you, Bam. I appreciate that. Blackwell Disco says, update your song is not on YouTube, but we'll have to wait until the 15th. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Scooby-Doo says, love the mustache.
Yeah.
Good show today. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Shane says, there is a new platform I discovered called Tiller.com, developed in Texas and supports Trump and Patriots. It's really an awesome social platform. Okay, so there's MAGA. Wait, what is it? MAGA book? I've never heard of before. But now you got what? Tiller.com. Tiller.com. Let's check that out. It kind of looks like a fake Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely looks like a knockoff on Twitch. MAGA books almost looks identical. A little too. What does this look like? No, I don't want that.
All brought to you by Squarespace.
Yeah, that does look like it would be. Cool, interesting. James says Bezos just stepped down before this article came out. Sus much? Yeah, he did actually just step down. I forgot I haven't reported on that, but he said he hasn't stepped down yet. I don't think, but he is saying that he's going to step down soon-ish. Crazy. He probably wants to get to space, get out of this place. Travis says, bought this with some of the money I made mining crypto with my 3080. Hope you join the mining club. Thank you. I think, were you the one that posted on my locals channel about that? I am interested in finding out more. I responded to you. If that is you, please hit me back because I want to talk about it. IB Rippenham says, I can fart check your haters if you'd like. Oh, goodness, please.
Everybody getting pink eye.
That is glorious. Everyone getting pink eye. Just fart in their face. Yeah, do it. I love it. Batgoat says, Crigler ad, no stems or seeds that you don't need because Crigler Gold is bad. I can't say the rest of that. Oh, that's pretty funny. Do you see what this says, though? That's pretty good.
It's good.
But I sell coffee. you realize, right? It's coffee that I sell, not that. But that's funny, though, Batgoat. I appreciate that. JJ says, lost mom and bro. Lockdown stopped anyone seeing them before passed. Can I get an RIP for them? Teresa and Paul, miss you both to the moon and back. JJ, here's to both of them. Cheers. And for everyone else that we've lost, but most importantly, those two that you lost. Cheers. Sorry to hear about that. Jacob Hopkins said, love you, Fernk. We know Jake.
That's my boy.
Jake Hopkins, coming in hot whenever we stream. He's always supporting, Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you, bud. Chef Tashura said, these days, racist and white supremacist means rejects communist indoctrination. She's right. Yep, she's right. Minion says Disney filmed Mulan at a concentration camp. I heard about that.
Holy what?
You can actually see in the background of one of the scenes the fence. They didn't delete like a fence, like it's a modern day fence, like in the background, and I guess like you can see it. I haven't seen Mulan yet, but I heard about it, and it's like, dude, that's nuts. Let's see. Intellectual Iconoclasm says, wait, Adam could be a vegan gun tuber? Please reach out to Demolition Rants or Kentucky Ballistics to baptize you in firearms. I, in fact, have a lot of experience with firearms. Just to say, I have a few, and I have. Let's just say I'm experienced. All right, and I haven't. It's not like my first time shooting this year or last year. I've actually hunted animals, and I've shot and killed animals before.
There you go.
A vegan, that is.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, well, I know how to do it. Just in case the world comes to an end, I'm good. All right, I'm good. All right. With that, it's time for a jam.
Let's go.
You know, you being a good buddy of mine, do you have any songs that you want to hear? I don't play.
Yeah, I don't. That song's too short. I just
too short. You just did that was the song. No Fernk, no stash. Well, he's got the stash. Look. Hold on, wait. I can't even see the window. Nice. Man, that is.
I don't know, man.
You got nothing?
No.
Let me check my locals page to see, because I asked if anyone wanted to.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Because that's my number one thing is like
getting put on the spot.
Well, no, I guess now. Yeah, we figured that out.
Let's see here. Ain't Nothing But a G Thing. I can't play Dr. Dre. How am I supposed to play that song, Josh? It's crazy. All right. No one had any suggestions for songs. Let's see if anyone in chat. You know what? While on the note, I would like you to roll the die for chat. Please roll the die. He is currently rolling the die, everybody. That means it's time to guess 1 through 20. And all right, he rolled the die. I'm also looking for what song to play right now because it is Friday Night Jam, so we're going to jam out on a song.
Do what Jake wants. Jake, hit it up in chat.
Jake, what do you want? What do you want?
If you got a song that
you got a song you want me to play, Jake?
Pop out.
I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. Let's see. The song is called Simone. All right. We got some. All right, Bass for Life said The Forge. All right, everyone just really. Oh, AA of course says Melancholy Hellhound. All right, the numbers are coming in hot. I'm looking for. Someone said we didn't start the fire. All right, Wait, where are you? I think I just saw it. Keep Moored. Congratulations, you won absolutely nothing, but you guessed 19. It is 19, and Fernk is clapping for you. Congratulations.
Congrats.
All right, I am going to play The Forge, I guess. Everyone seems to love The Forge. Jake says, give me The Forge. I see you, Jake. All right, The Forge it is.
Cheers.
You know, the more I drink that, the more it's
so good.
It's getting better and better. Here, can you swing that mic over for me?
Yeah.
It's the guitar mic while you hear me handling it. So I got these wireless headphones. Let me tell you, it is an upgrade because I can move around my studio. You guys totally missed it. He walked through the camera. You saw that? And then he ducked. And then I ducked. He ducked under the light. To get out of the light. Not bad. That's funny. All right. This is The Forge. Ooh, that is not in tune. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, this is The Forge. Ooh, someone asked for Freely. I see you, Monica. All right, I'll play that next. You fear what like you don't understand and place blame on anyone you can besides yourself. Well, you should be ashamed, 'cause you're responsible on how you handle change. Hold yourself accountable. You define who you are. You define who you are. Welcome to the forge. Are you the same? Are you different? Burnt on the flames of your existence. We all burn the same. There's no difference. We must learn to live with our decisions. Life, call it what you will. It's a blessing and a curse, pending how you feel. Are you afraid of what they think? Are you here to entertain? Don't you know who you are? Don't you know who you are? Welcome to the forge. Are you the same? Are you different? Burnt on the flames of your existence. We all burn the same. There's no difference. We must learn to live with our decisions. All of them. We must move forward. Welcome to the forge. And there was the forge. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron says he has great lyrics. I'm so picky with lyrics. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I cheers to that. Cheers to Friday Night Jams. Cheers to my homie Josh. Good to see you, buddy.
Cheers to good music.
All right, that is good. This is Freely. I saw someone ask for it, so I'm gonna play that. All right. Someone said Intellectual says the forge reminds me of Mouth in Bush, or Mouth by Bush, in all the best ways possible. Dope. I like Bush. I grew up in the 90s.
You need to come here real quick.
Do I have him on?
Frank's here.
Dude, the bug was on my head. He likes me a lot. That dude straight up likes finding me and crawling on top of my head. No joke. Huh?
Do you want a shaker, Josh?
No.
Do you want to come in and shake her? You want to play Find Yourself?
No, I'm cooking food.
Oh, she's cooking food. Sorry, everybody. That's there's a no duet tonight. No jump tonight. You know, Band of Brothers. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
So every time I say no something tonight, I think of no jump tonight, and it's just they're all like, oh, all right. Anyway, where was I? Freely. Life sucks sometimes when you realize it's not so bad. Just move along. What choice do you have? You choose where your mind spends all its time. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When you find a smile, naturally, that's the magic, don't forget it. It'll help you see in the night, in the dark, when you're trying to find your way home and you've lost your sight. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. And scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to all of you. JJ says, encore for my bro Paul was his song before he passed. Cheers, JJ. Cheers to lost family. I know that pain, man. It's never easy. Thank you all for hanging out still. Still a good amount. Am I still on? Yeah, I'm still on. We're on that gigabit internet. I don't have to worry about overstepping bounds. I could just do my own show. Thank you all so much. This is called She's Just. I saw someone ask for it. King Zando just asked for it again. And Montana Horseman. All right, well, I'm going to play She's Just here. It's a little finger picking. So everybody's asking for She's Just now, or maybe they heard me say it. I'm not sure, but here we go. This is She's Just. It's just gone too far, she said, as she took another drink at the bar. And to tell you what the truth is, I just never knew when to stop. I never knew when to stop. She was sitting in the corner, oh, trying to pick up her pride. They didn't disown her, oh, but she wished that they had tried. Been gone 3 summers, made all the difference in the world. At least 10 years older in her world, but that's alright. Moved to California, out to live that western dream, but her eastern persona wouldn't ever, ever let her be. She always ended missing home. She always ended missing home. Missing home. So many before her, she's just another face in the crowd. It's becoming clearer to her, but she's not ready right now. Well, she's not ready to go. Intentions grew bolder. Impatience picked up steam. Too many people told her you have to stay and take what's in your reach. I won't just stand here watching all my plans fall through, 'cause I've discovered it's all about the time I use. Move to California, out to live that Western dream, but her Eastern persona wouldn't ever, ever let her be. 'Cause she always ended up missing home. She always ended up missing home. Missing home. So many before her, it's just gone too far, she said, as she took another drink at the bar. To tell you what the truth is, I just never knew when to stop. There we go, that's She's Just. Jamarcus says, that song was great. I expect everyone to suck, but that was legit excellent. Don't ever change, Adam. Thank you, Jamarcus. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. I love playing on stage. I love it so much. It's I played a lot in New York. I would just sit on stage in different places. I played at CBGB's. I played at a couple big places, and it's some of my best memories is sitting on stage. So part of the reason I love this show is I can sit here and play music for all of you. So Friday night jams are always my jam. I love it. I'm gonna play one more song. Excuse me. It's for Double A, a constant supporter of the show. Always hanging out. This is Melancholy Hellhound. Well, I don't want your money, I just want some wine. Yeah, give me some of your honey, I promise I'll take my time. Oh, welcome to the heartache, it always feels the same. Yeah, I find myself growing senseless, or to the pain. Yeah, you can scratch and crawl or figure it out, but in the end it's just me. Oh, I don't want your pity, and I don't want no lies. Yeah, life gets shitty. Oh, and then you die. Welcome to the heartache. Try not to lose your way. Yeah, it's like trudging through the muddy waters, oh, without faith. Yeah, you can scratch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end, there's just me. Oh, well, I still get that feeling, yeah, of judgmental eyes. Only difference being, it's just not worth my time. Yeah, 'cause I welcome all the heartache. Yeah, it brings tears to my eyes.
tears remind me I'm alive. Yeah, well, I scratch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end, it's just me.
All right, that is the Friday Night Jams. All right, thank you all for joining me. And Fernk, it's always a pleasure, my friend. It's always a pleasure. Let me give your mic back.
Heck yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be here.
No doubt, no doubt.
You guys are amazing.
Indeed, you are. Now, normally we would be twitching, but I don't think we're gonna. I don't know if we can figure that out.
We'll see. We'll see.
Probably gonna be just enjoying each other's company while he's here. He's staying the weekend. Just an old buddy of mine from high school.
Heck yeah.
Thank you all for showing up. You know I'll be back Monday night, 6:30 p.m. here on Adamcast. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. See you next time. Have a great weekend.